Meantime, over at the White House, President Biden had this update on the debt ceiling negotiations.
Speaker McCarthy and I have had several productive conversations, and our staffs continue to meet as we speak, as a matter of fact, and they're making progress. I've made clear time and again defaulting on our national debt is not an option.
All right, let's bring in NewsNation political and economic contributor now. Mick Mulvaney joins us once again. You know, Mick, it's interesting and great to see you as always. To hear Joe use the word inevitable, like we always thought that there would be a deal. But here's the thing. With coming up to the deadline and you see the warning from Fitch, interest rates are going up. If you're shopping for a home, if you're shopping for a car, you've been impacted because of this. Is it sort of past the point of being responsible for Congress?
Keep in mind, interest rates are going up for a bunch of different reasons, the primary one being what the Federal Reserve is doing to try and stop inflation. Yeah, there's been a spike in the short-term interest rate debts for 30 or 60 days, that type of thing, but the 3-year, the 5-year, the 10-year have been on the same trajectory since the Fed started to raise rates several months ago. So I don't see a direct impact between the debt ceiling discussion and the price of your mortgage. There will be other impacts, especially if they go beyond the X date, which some people think is June 1st. I'm not convinced about that. But right now, I still don't see how the ordinary American family is being impacted yet by these discussions.
Do you believe both sides when they say that there's going to be a deal? Sounds like it's headed that way, right?
Sure, there's always going to be a deal. I mean, we always raise the debt ceiling. The question is under what terms and conditions. That's been the crazy part about this, Blake, is I understand why one side or the other starts by saying we don't want to negotiate. Typically, one party doesn't want to negotiate, but we always do negotiate. We negotiated in the 1990s and got the balanced budget deals. We negotiated in the early 2010s and got the Budget Control Act. We negotiated in the 2017 and 2019, and spending actually went up because of that negotiation. The bottom line is this. We always negotiate and we always raise the debt ceiling. The question has never been, are we going to raise the debt ceiling? It's going to be, what does the deal look like?
Mick, Bob Cusack with The Hill. What do you think is the X date? Janet Yellen has said June 1. A lot of members don't believe that. But at the same time, the markets could spiral if we go past that date. And listen, I don't think any bill is going to be passing by June 1.
Yeah, Janet Yellen did all of us a disservice by missing the date to the wrong side. You can come out and say, I think it's June 30th, and have it be July 15th. When you come out and say it's June 30th, oh, no, it's not, now it's June 1st, that really undermines your own credibility and undermines people's faith in the system. The reason I think you're seeing that Wall Street is not really reacting that negatively is a lot of the powerful investment banks have done their own analysis, and some of them think you don't run out of money until July. Keep in mind, June 15th is a big date. We've got estimated tax payments coming in, some corporate tax coming in, and if you get to June 15th, maybe you get deep in July. So, look, we're all assuming that June 1st is the date because it's the only date we have from Treasury, but I can't help but think that there's more than one Republican on the Hill and maybe some Democrats who think that date is not correct.
Mick, hi, it's Carrie Sheffield. Can you clarify for the viewers just exactly when people talk about default? I feel like there's a lot of fear-mongering happening. What exactly happens, in terms of ranking? I was a former Moody's Investor Service bond analyst, which is a competitor of Fitch, which Fitch, I might say, is much smaller than Moody's and lower ranked in the market. But I feel like Fitch is engaging in fear-mongering. This is my personal opinion. What do you think about that? And just talk us through a little bit about when it comes to debt payment and why default. The word default, I think, is being thrown around very incorrectly here.
It has been. It's been used by different people. It's to the point now where we can't even agree on the language to use. A default is when you don't pay your debt. That's what it is, okay? Everybody knows in Washington, D.C. that there's plenty of money to pay the debt. There's plenty of cash coming in. Even Democrats know that. So when you hear a lot of folks talk about defaulting on our obligations, that's something different than defaulting on your debt. There are people in Washington who would have you believe that not paying employees at the Department of Education is the same as not paying the interest on your debt. Well, both of those things are bad. Only one is default, and likely only one would impact our credit rating with the agency. So you're right. We can't. Washington is so divided now, we can't even agree on what the English language means sometimes.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.